What's up, love? If you found this message, there is something that you're meant to hear right now. So take a deep breath and let's find out what it is together. Dear Divine, the Most High, what do they need to hear right now? Ooh. Okay, we're getting take a break. Life's a work. Life's a work. A life's work, not a season. There's no need to run, is what's coming through right now. And you know what's interesting? I feel like this is coming through because you have found your life's work. At least like the energy and the frequency of your life's work. So there is nothing to escape from anymore. You're on a holy path. You are walking the way. You're walking your soul path, and everything is happening in right timing. Everything is happening in divine timing. There's something about you walking in a way that is delicious, that is divine, that is enjoyable, that is holy, that is peaceful, that is true. It's not too fast. It's not too slow. It's perfect timing. And within the energy of this, there are pockets to take a break. There are pockets to rest and just to move in the correct pace and rhythm for you. I feel like you're learning how to recalibrate to your healthiest like nervous system and energetic rhythm in terms of your work, finding a deep and profound flow, because perhaps in the past your soul very much did want to get to the place where it was fulfilling its calling, self-actualizing, all of these things. But it's like now that you've made it there, it's like it's time to take a breath. That's funny that I started this with a breath. I normally don't. So all aligns, all is a part of the message. So feel free to take another breath. Inhale. Hold it at the top. And exhale. Yeah, I'm feeling the energy of both, like adding like micro breaks into your day, like times to sit, stop, drop, meditate, breathe, maybe put on a breathwork video, maybe just lay back, close your eyes, set an 11-minute timer, listen to a little bit of frequency music, put on some gong music on Spotify. White Sun Gong is incredible. They have a bunch of like healing gong tracks that are 11 minutes and you can just like relax your nervous system. That, and also like tuning into the energy that even when you take, you know, a full day break or a weekend or other things that nourish you and fill you in other ways, that even more progress can be made, even more expansion can be made. You become a new person through those periods of time in which what you offer is beautiful and unique and different. So when you feel drawn to step outside of your routine for a moment, do so. This is a life work. A life's work. It's not a season. And not just your sacred work, whatever you offer to the world or whatever you create for yourself or for others. It's also the work of you, the evolution of your own consciousness, the growth, the expansion, the healing, all of these things. Those can also have breaks, you know, get a little footloose and fancy free. And those breaks are a part of it. It's not even separate. Ooh, okay, we got warrior woman. Yeah, we're gonna say this is relevant to all genders. So just warrior, spiritual warrior energy. What is your soul calling you to do? I almost feel like in the breaks and in the pauses that you take, you actually get the insight of where your soul is truly calling you. And that's why these periods are so important, because it's the time where you get to hear, where honestly sometimes spirit is even guiding you to discover something new that you didn't even know you were being called to. And then it awakens something within you that you are able to hear and respond to that call. because there aren't rules to how this is all meant to go. Yeah, I see an awakening taking place, and part of this awakening is taking place outside of your normal routines, outside of the lines that you have drawn for yourself, because oftentimes we will live a life within certain lines, and then when we graduate out of that, we create more lines for ourselves, and those are very powerful because these routines and these habits help us to create and to actually make things real here in the physical reality. But it's almost as if the pivots from those lines are just as important as the lines that we make for ourselves. We draw the lines to then burst outside of them. We even create rules for ourselves to then break them ourselves, if you know what I mean. Trust your path. Your soul is leading the way. I'm seeing your soul actually leading you to great moments of profound awakening. Specifically this summer, it's as if you're being activated to what you have been being trained for lifetimes. And so you will be getting the nudges to do specific things, to go specific places, to break up your routine and explore new things. And I'm seeing surrender to them, because we have here starseed, what lights you up. You're going to be getting pings to explore things that feel like you are going outside of the norm. I'm seeing say yes, I'm seeing dive in, because it's genuinely like providing the energetic upgrades and the integration that you need. Exactly. Integration is the energy of you taking everything you've learned, all that you have upgraded within yourself, and bringing it out into real life, living your life, putting that new operating system to the test. And obviously you don't have to overexert yourself, because that first card was take a break, you know? Chillax. Okay, let's see what wants to come through for you from the Rumi deck. What does this beautiful soul need to know, hear, and see? Divine discontent. Oh, interesting. Okay, so this is the number 12, which is the energy of a completion of a cycle. I'm also getting a lot of lunar energy here. Okay, there's a sense within you, perhaps quite obvious to your conscious mind, or perhaps only dimly registered as an unnameable underlying sense of anxiety, that something in your life is not quite right. It may be the sense, even amongst so much gratitude, of a yearning yet to be met, a longing yet to be fulfilled and satisfied. This is the pain of an awakening heart. Oh my gosh, I have to go back into this deck because we just had the card of awakening. Okay. That heart is capable of bliss and ecstatic reverence for the sheer beauty and wonder of creation. Yet as the heart matures, there will be a process of deep, passionate longing that awakens for the divine. It is the impatience for the caress of the great lover, for the presence of the divine to come to you. Over time, that longing will grow from a mild sense of incompleteness, needing to become whole. It will develop into a holy fever, a sacred rage, a stamping of dancing feet, a pounding of fists upon the altar, and a longing so deep that one may as well break into tears at the impossibility of bearing the pain of apparent separation for even a moment longer. Oh, this is so interesting. As devotion grows and passion for the divine intensifies, so too does this yearning, so much so that this might come to feel as though your heart is breaking for the divine, or perhaps you are not quite there yet. Your heart is attached to smaller gods, such as your status, your job, your lover, your desired lover, maybe not even your lover, someone you desire to be your lover, your body looking a certain way, or being able to live your life in a particular way. Those are things that we, what is it called? Idolize. You make them idols. You place the divine within that thing outside of yourself and outside of this greater concept of God, and then you yearn for that. So perhaps you're there instead of this longing for the great beloved. These smaller gods are not necessarily an issue, yet you have drawn this oracle, so it is guidance for you that the divine wants to draw you closer. Sometimes that means we'll have the meager meal wrestled from our hands so that we may feast upon something far more delectable and grand. The divine is a fiercely possessive lover. If there is a face of another beloved preventing you from longing for the divine embrace, and if you cannot see that it is the divine beloved within your lover that you are loving, well then maybe something will be done by heaven. You feel me? Yeah. So make your relationship sacrosanct. Seek the divine in all things. When you cannot, when the power of lesser gods has you in its grip, acknowledge it. Bear witness to it. Do not chastise. Instead, be truthful. Let your heart break and lie prostrate on the floor, hands clutching and head bowed as though only your sadness and plight could stir the heart of the divine beloved into descent of succor and grace, saving you from a life far too bland for your exquisite Epicurean palate. Just don't misinterpret the pain and think that something is really wrong. If you are surrounded by status and money and cannot understand why you should mourn, it is even more important that you allow yourself to do so. Mourning is to be felt. Understanding is not so relevant. Because feeling is alchemy. Understanding is creating more of that which it is not your job to create. But if you must seek understanding, then know this, dear blazing angel, you are just waking from the deepest slumber, and with your awakening heart, you are realizing a truth. A part of you deeper, wider, and vaster, and more instinctive, truthful, and intelligent than your mind is lonely for the divine embrace. This is right. This is sensible. This is sanity. It is the pain, the real noble pain of the heart that says there is something more than this inadequacy, this settling for plastic instead of precious gemstones that must end now. I cannot be fed by pixelated sunsets and animation upon my computer screen. I yearn to be blasted by so much radiance and beauty, by the real thing, that I become stupefied. I must witness so much divine splendor that all I can utter is some incoherent grunt, my mind dissembled and my heart ignited by the presence of my beloved. I want to become a fumbling, ecstatic wreck in the presence of my beloved. I want to allow this pain, this yearning, this divine discontent to guide me to my holy lover so my life never may be the same again. And so it shall be. I didn't expect to read all of this, but it's so fire. Okay, the discontent divine growing within you is the beginning, not the destiny. It is the purpose to lead you into your greatest connection yet with divinity. Do not resist it. Witness it. Do not dismiss it. Trying to cover it up. Cover up its smell with rose petals. Let your rank discontent be the pathway to divinity. Look beyond what is, what has been prized and treasured, and now found to be plated and not the precious gold it was once esteemed to be. Anytime we are attached and we pedestalize and we idolize something in the physical reality, eventually we will find that it is not the precious gold it was once esteemed to be, because the only thing that has that infinite esteem is the divine itself. Okay. So it says, if you are still stuck on pine-scented air freshener, imagining it as anything akin to the wild scent of the pine forest for real, then how can I tempt you? Let the stench be the stench, let the fragrance of God, so that the fragrance of God can be discerned, and together we can leave what is less behind once and for all, grabbing like hungry school children for the divine bread with sweet, fresh scent filling the air. Okay, so God wants you, the divine wants you, wants your love, wants your devotion, wants your communion with it. And that is why you will not have, or at least have and be satisfied with, something in this physical reality until you give yourself to the divine, until you embrace the divine, until you realize that what you're yearning for is the source of all that is. So this is an invitation to awaken to the fact that any discontent that you feel for, anything that you want for, anything that you yearn for, is literally just you yearning and wanting for the beloved, for the divine. And you can let the desire for communion and union with that larger energy feel painful, because when you surrender to that pain, boom, you break through to an experience of union, of communion, of oneness, and then you are filled, and then you can still enjoy all of the earthly things that come to you because you are enjoying them in union with the creator of them, and thus it is ecstatic. Many blessings. Much love, beautiful soul. I will catch you on the next one, God willing. If you ever need a personal reading, the link is in my bio or the description below. Mwah!